Alright. Step level 2. I'm gonna make a new Outworld slash Formicarium deal. Technically, it's gonna be their current setup, test tube setup, and a new test tube that I made up for them. If you don't know how to create the test tube setup, check back in my previous video where I show you how to create it. It's very simple, very cheap, very effective. Alright, so I'm going to start out with a regular Tupperware container. It's clear all the way around, except for the side, which will be exposed to light for the new test tube. I have this lid here. I already have it labeled. That's just my own personal preference, but I cut out a little hole here on the lid, and I'm going to fill it in with these multiple pieces of little screen here. You can see that. There you go. By using multiple pieces, I'm going to create small enough holes where air can get through, but the ants cannot. I'm just going to keep overlapping them until I get really, really tiny holes. Now keep in mind this is for my Camponotus ants. So carpenter ants are considerably larger than these tiny holes. What I'm going to do next is on the bottom side where I'm going to attach these. And again, nice and simple. Just going to use a little bit of tape. Make it a little bit smaller here. Make sure you got it securely attached. And almost done here. You ever notice how when YouTube channels are getting started, they're really not quite ironed out yet? Well, here's a birth of another one. Tired as all crepe. And trying to make a new content video. Because I love all things, which is why I named myself and the channel Random Works, because I really don't have a single hobby. I'm into all sorts of things, and I feel that people should have multiple hobbies of their own and, try and make something better on a day-to-day basis. Adjust that inner screen a little. Just got a little piece on it. I see a little hole that concerns me. especially with the size of the new workers. The first generation, the Nitics are a lot smaller than what you would traditionally think of when you think Carpagarians. And birth of a new channel. Crappy audio, mainly because I'm using a cell phone at the at the moment. But you know, everybody has to start somewhere, I guess. And here's my ill attempt. All right, so we have a new screen attached to the lid here, which will go on to the new Formicarium/Outworld. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the new test tube, and I'm going to secure it to the side over here. And it's going to go right up into the side in the corner. And in the back here is where I have that index card to block off light. Now, since I'm doing Camponotus, I have a nice piece of tree bark here, which will fit over the test tube. Like so. And block off light, which is why I only had the cardboard, the index card on one side blocking off light, because the piece of bark will block off the rest of the light and create a nice little nest habitat for them and give them some wood, something natural to crawl on. So what we're going to do is I want to give this a quick little wipe out real quick. A little bit of water. Wipe that out. Throw that away. Tape away. Now, what I'm going to do is take this little tiny piece of tape here, and I'm going to roll it up. Nice and tiny. And do a little cleanup of the edges here, so no new workers accidentally get stuck on it. And I'm going to attach it to the test tube. And then I'm going to place the test tube on the inside, right up against the back wall. And press down firmly to make sure it's attached. And there you go. Test tube attached. Nice, clean, easy. No chance of it rolling around and messing up the new nest. So we're going to leave that there. Now I have plain water in the test tube. I will feed them little bits of honey. Nice raw honey is suggested for your new workers. Your queen, specifically the Camponotus gene here, is fully claustral, which means she doesn't need any food or water during her initial colony starting. They normally spend their time in what you would see here, a nice tiny little chamber within an old piece of wood or an old termite mound, and they would start their colony that way. Now it's time. I'm going to unveil the girls here. I have 3 in here. I believe one is Tetramonium, or pavement, and are more common around here. but this is a girl that we're going to be moving into here today. I'll hurry up the rest of them. And here she is. As you can see, she has 3 nanitics in there. She still has some brood as well, some eggs, and little cocoon wraps in there. So we're gonna put her and her nanitics into this little setup, so they can, start to grow a little bit more here. We got 3 of them in there, so we're gonna set her down real quick. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna grab a little piece of tape. Roll that up. And again, clean up the edges a little. Off to the side. And then we're going to attach it to the test tube here. And set this test tube right up against the new one. And then, you can see her in there. We will take out the plug. First worker, so she's getting really antsy. So we're going to cover this up a little, and there you have it. There's a new setup for our Carpenter Queen. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, please subscribe. Leave a comment, and we'll see you at the next one. See ya.